Hello, I'm Sophia Moffa. I'm based in Birmingham, and I come from Italy. My work, An Unnecessary Figure, has been acquired for the 2020 collection. So when lockdown happened, being self-employed and working with bicycles, all my work sort of came to a halt. So I decided to apply to work in this food bank, and it functioned like 7 days a week for like 12 hours a day, and it was a very weird transition from being in the house like all the time, and then working with loads of people in this food bank. And when you're at home, there's like this bubble, and the outside world was so empty that it was very weird to be around so many people. But also the amount of food that was like going out was incredibly shocking. They had a camera set up showing the amount of food that goes up and down, so the amount of crates, and it was shocking to see just like the level food going like double my height, and then in a couple of hours just going down to the ground. And the sacks of food, we would make sacks of food that then would go out across Birmingham. And we were just like one food bank in many food banks in Birmingham. So this realization of the fifth rich country, if not higher, wasn't even managing to support so many people and families in the second biggest city of the UK. So because of this shock, I started drawing to sort of release this emotion. And initially the drawings were quite figurative, but then they sort of became more about the repetition of the work, because it was literally a factory. People would just go and fill food and just bag it up. Then another sort of group of people would take the bags, then drive them across Birmingham. And I think this food bank is still functioning now. That really tells you how the problem was always there and continues. It's just, I think the government and the society tends to blame a lot of things on COVID. Instead, I feel COVID was just the sort of catalyst to bring out these problems. And now that COVID is still here, and I think people still blame a lot on it. But the truth is that our society and the way it functions and the government is failing us, and that's the real issue. So the food was a lot of chocolates, a lot of crisps, and a lot of tin soup. That is okay to survive, but if you're not feeding yourself properly, you're never going to be able to do everything. Your body's going to be unhealthy. So I complain about this in the food bank, and I happened to complain it to a woman who's usually on the phones. And she came in once a week to do like the sort of more physical stuff. And she told me the complete opposite of what I was saying. She was saying she got a complaint saying, I don't know how to cook this food. Mm-hmm. So this person had received what I would consider a slightly healthier sort of package, and they complained that they did not know how to cook it. So it's like this vicious circle. You'd like to feed them better, but then people maybe don't know how to cook it. That is almost sadder. And then it goes back to like education. What are you teaching kids? And depending on the area, are you teaching them different things? And all this comes back to the same problem. So it's like this circle of things. So a little bit like in my drawing, it's sort of, there's a lot of circular sort of arrows, and the drawing sort of goes round, and it's the same process that will never end. So we have the food banks, we have these charities that support the society, but we shouldn't as a sort of first nation, a first world nation. During that time I read a book, The 3 Zeros by Mohammed Yunus, who is a sort of a Nobel Prize winner. And he wrote about this concept of bonsai people. And it really hit me because his explanation is that poor people are only poor because we keep them that way. So just like a bonsai, if the bonsai had the right nutrition and the right amount of space, it would grow from a bonsai to a fully grown tree. It will transition to that. And the same goes for people. If you give people the right support and the sort of necessary things to allow them to achieve, then they will achieve their highest potential.